Hey.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, did something happen?
Yeah. If you're watching this, that means that it all ended up okay.
I hope this
and as
video
of this
comes
moment, we're not
out.
100% sure about that yet, but I think so.
As of right now, we're recording this on Sunday, December 4th,
Yes.
2022.
Yes.
In the hopes.
10 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. In the hopes that our channel has been restored to its former glory.
Glory.
But we are in the midst of an ordeal. And I thought that it might be a good idea to make a video to manifest this and throw it out into the universe because hopefully everything will be okay. So let's start at the beginning. We'll give everybody a quick rundown of what's been going on. So because we've been doing this for a while, almost 10 years or just about 10 years, I would say to check the date, but guess what? We don't know what date it is because we can't get the account. But I digress. But we've been doing this for about 10 years. I'd say 10 years.
About 10 years.
Over 2,000 videos on our channel. Doing it for a very, very long time.
2,000 is crazy.
2,000 videos.
Wow.
So we have been fortunate enough over the last few years to get some sponsors for our videos. It helps greatly. We all know the YouTube grind is a really difficult one. So when we get offered a sponsorship, we take our time and really vet it. Like we really, really think about it. And we got an email a couple of weeks ago, seemingly from NordVPN, who we all know and have seen on other videos. So very established company of people that, what am I even trying to say? Very established. We all know NordVPN.
Yes.
But so they said, hey, we want to sponsor with you and we want to sponsor you. And we were like, great, this is fantastic. So we say, yeah, sure, send over your paperwork. Let's see, what we can negotiate, work out. So we go back and forth a little bit and it seems like it's all going to work. So we come down last night on Saturday. And we're like, well, let's record this ad because we have to submit it for approval. What do we need to go over? Sometimes they send you like some bullet points. You have to say this in 90 seconds, that kind of thing. What points do they want us to cover? So we start looking at it and Maddie goes, you know what? This doesn't look right. Look at this. So you pick up what you saw and then what we did. Yeah.
See, I mean, it's important to point out that like up until this point, we've exchanged like 3, 4, 5, 6 emails talking about stuff that like, hey, we've been sponsored by Surfshark before. Is that going to be a conflict because it's the same space, guys are competitors? And they were like, oh, let me check on that. Let me ask. And then like, yeah, we talked about that. We don't have a problem with that. It's been long enough ago. There's enough distance there. So what's your rate for 90-second integration? Like all the language was right. All the correspondence was right. This is definitely somebody who knew how this worked.
Right.
And so we go and I'm looking at this thing and like, okay, well, here's the contract. Let's sit down and record this thing. And I'm like, why is the contract like a docx file? That's strange. They're usually PDFs. That's orderly. It's like a link somewhere. This is a little strange.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, but all right, I've been talking to this person. They seem legit, whatever. So let me open it up. And I click on it. Nothing happens. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I'm like, and I tried to open it. I'm like, maybe I'll open it directly in Word. Why would I need Word? I'm putting it in like in Google Sheet to Google Docs, and that's not working. And I'm like, oh, something's weird about this. And then I go back and realize that the email address was at the domain nordvpn-company.com.
Yeah.
And I just glanced right by that and wasn't careful. And I'm like, that's not
this
like,
is fishy.
that can't be their real domain. Why would they say dash company? And then it's just started like, things started adding up.
But then we're like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let's record. We had to finish up Shadows of Rose.
Yeah.
Right. We had to finish up Shadows of Rose so that we could start Callisto Protocol. So we'll finish that episode and we won't record the ad tonight and we'll just go about our business. So we're at the end of the episode and our phones start going off. Siri starts going off saying, I'm sorry, like I can't connect or I've lost connection or whatever. And you'll see, I'm curious to actually go back and watch this where I go, oh, I don't see, because we have Google Nest cameras in our boys' rooms. And one of our boys has a fever or had a fever last night. It broke. today.
Yeah,
finally.
He was really sick.
But so I was really into checking the cams to see if he was restless, was he crying, was he awake? And I'm like, I don't see the boys on the cam. And
yeah, the cams went out.
And we're in like the last 20 minutes of the video. I'm like, well, let's just finish this up. We'll end the video. And then the video ends and I'm like, hey, what's going on? It's like everything is offline. Nothing is working. All of our, like we have a Google Home down here is like yelling at us, chirping at us, saying that everything is
There's no connection.
Is not connecting. Yeah. So then.
Yeah. I remember you went upstairs and we have one of those displays in our kitchen, and it was acting like it was a brand new, like out of the box. You had to hook it up to an account. Like it wasn't hooked up to an account anymore. Like, the hell's that about? So I go to my phone to try to figure out what's going on, and I realized I couldn't log into my email. And that's when I heart sunk. And that's when I realized how many other things were hooked, like slowly throughout the next day. I started realizing all the things that were hooked up to that email address and that Google account. Every site that I had logged into with the log into Google thing, banking stuff.
Taxes.
Yeah, taxes. All our pictures of our kids and videos of our kids, like for the last 10 years, like
I know.
all attached to that account that I took for granted. Like, oh, that stuff's just protected up there. And like all of a sudden, all of that was at risk. All of it was at risk. And I scrambled to change all the passwords. Fortunately, it looks like this was a relatively widespread thing that was just somebody trying to stir the pot and get everybody talking, which they did a good job at doing, just to kind of goof around. I'm super fortunate at that, because for a moment, almost everything that I'm made of was at risk. It all could have been gone so fast, and completely, so many things could have happened. And this is somebody that just wasn't in their agenda. They didn't want to do that, I guess. And I'm thankful for that much. Yeah. Well, the channel.
You see our channel? What's on there?
What they did was just
Musk
something freaking goofy, right? They just called it Tesla something and put Elon Musk, because if you say those things right now, somebody gets mad somewhere. And they knew that. So they just throw that up everywhere, and everybody's riled up about Elon Musk and Tesla. Dude's like sitting somewhere like, yes, I did it. Look, everything's burning.
It's so like what? Like, what's wrong with you?
It worked. If that was their idea, they pulled it off hardcore.
Yeah, but you know what? We have over 2,000 videos.
Mm-hmm. And they
over
didn't delete
10
any of them.
years.
They didn't delete any of them.
Well, as far as we know, as we're recording this now, you were able to actually, what have you been able to do up until this point?
Up until this point, I've been able to get access to the channel.
Yes.
Through another account that's tied to the same brand account.
Right.
So I was able to get in another way to the channel, but I can't cut them out because I can't get to the account that gives them access to the channel.
Yeah.
So I went back to the channel, changed a couple things. They changed it right back. And then I changed it right back again. And they haven't messed with it since too much. If they do, I'm not going to fix the whole thing until I know they're out. I'm working with the MCN manager, Screenwave, who is working with us directly to talk to YouTube as a liaison to make sure we get back.
This whole time. I know this whole time.
We're back to Google, I guess, not YouTube, but
yeah.
So that they can get us access to the Gmail account. And this has apparently happened to a bunch of other ones, and they have been able to get access to everything 100% for everybody up to this point. So feeling pretty optimistic now, which is why we are going ahead and making this video, assuming we will be able to post it in the very near future and let everybody know what happened. So this is crazy.
But
it's crazy.
It's like our whole livelihood.
Yeah.
I can't even wrap my head around it. Like, it's so violating.
Yes.
And and it's so weird because we overshare with you guys all the time. Yeah. And maybe because of that, all this happened, and I'm like,
but
wait
we
a minute.
share. But that's voluntary.
But I'm like, but you
the
guys
things that we
know
don't
us.
Share,
we wouldn't do that. We
my
wouldn't
tax
this.
information.
Yeah, I know.
And identity.
Oh my gosh. But the idea that. First we were like, oh my gosh, our money, is our banking okay?
Yeah.
And it's the holidays, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to try and do some Christmas shopping this weekend. Yeah. Everything is just I don't want to spend any money. I don't want to get gas in my car. Yeah. I don't want to,
you freeze. You're like,
yeah, I'm I don't want to touch anything.
What's at risk? What's gone and what's not gone? I don't know. Everything could be gone right now. I don't know. I had to go find out.
And you know what I feel so superficial worrying about or whatever is that we're losing subs really quick.
Yeah,
and
it's a terrible thing too.
People are seeing it and are seeing what's on our channel now, and they're just like, what is this? And they're just leaving. And that to me, we worked so hard for every one of those subs, and we've been doing this for so long, and that's really a knife in my gut that just people just are piecing out just in a day, 5,000 in a day gone. What's it going to be tomorrow and the next day? I just want this channel back so that we could put up a video like this and be please, I'll put a rose in my mouth and be come back, girl. You know what I mean? But still, I hope that it doesn't take forever to build back up. I'd hope it doesn't take forever for you to get everything back on your end, because my personal Gmail's okay. Earlier today, I'm like, use my phone, use my Gmail. Like, what do you need? Like, use it. And he's like, I don't want to tie you.
I mean, it worked. I was able to get back into the YouTube with
you
that,
were. But you were, for a minute, you were like, I don't want you, like, you know, I don't want to get you involved in this.
Like, don't touch me.
Don't touch, like,
I'm
don't
contagious.
touch anything.
Yeah, like, I don't know how much,
stay where you are.
It was a weird moment of like, I almost felt like if you touch me, are you now going to be at risk for something? Like, how, like, am I like radiating risk now? Everybody that touches me is like now exposed to the same thing I am. Terrifying. It feels like that. It feels like this web that connects everything. But I mean, I realized that how much I had forced through that Google bottleneck, that I had put everything very voluntarily out of convenience.
Your security was airtight.
It was not airtight, though.
Wow.
This clearly, that's the problem.
We thought it was.
That's the problem. You never think it is. You can't plan for security being airtight because it never truly is. Hackers always beat security because the advancement of the hacking of the security technology is always a response to hacks. Yeah. So like they're always in front of it. Always going to be in front of it. I did have 2FA on everything. I had recovery emails on everything. This person went in, replaced all the 2FA with physical USB security keys, and replaced the recovery emails with other emails that they have access to and I don't. So there was no way to get in there. And it was very smart. It was sophisticated and a pretty long game with the way that the sponsorship like conversations went. I'm actually extremely impressed in some weird ways and like wondering why. And I'm hoping that, I mean, people got all their accounts back and everything is like they didn't delete any videos. It's like they really didn't do it. They didn't mean to make lasting damage. They just wanted to stir the pot. They sure freaking did. But it was quite a reminder to me though to be like, I can't do that anymore. I can't force everything into that tunnel and just assume that like, well, it's Google. You know, I'll be able to get it back. Whatever, it'll be fine. I can't assume that. You know. That's just putting all my eggs in one basket.
Oh my God, just a nightmare. A nightmare.
It's been scary.
Absolute nightmare.
It's been scary.
If any of you have had any experience with being hacked or anything like that, I would love to know in the comments. We would love to know in the comments. And especially if you were recovering all of your information, what's something you forgot to double check? Because I could see that happening, us thinking that we've gotten everything and we're like, okay. And we're kind of like, you know, counting everything and going, all right, everything is all right. And then a month later being like, oh no, we forgot about blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, really, we're about to approach the holidays. Things are going to get nuts. Because now I feel because of all of this, we're going to be doing this mad scramble to kind of Christmas shop and make sure everybody's all together. And then I'm
also going to be trying to build a different life on an entirely different address.
And I feel like we're going to miss something. And I hope it's not too bad. So if you have any advice for us, please put it in the comments. We would love to hear your thoughts on all of this. And I'm sorry that you've gotten, you know, jerked around in this whole situation as well, because I'm sure that was confusing for all of you as well to, you know, check us out and then see Elon.
Yeah, that's actually like a real big bummer about this, because some of you were talking to us on Twitter that like you didn't know that it was our channel. All you did was see like, wow, how did I get subbed to this stupid thing on my sub feed, unsub? And of course you're going to do that. So the people that notice that, it just doesn't say it's bowling alley anymore. It just says it's this other thing, so you just unsub. And the even more unfortunate part about that is those people aren't going to know they unsubbed.
I know.
When we're back up and running, they're just going to hopefully one day realize that we're not on their sub feed anymore and they got to go sub again. Or maybe we'll get suggested and that would be convenient. But like, otherwise, you know, as of now, at least before I got some of the stuff back, we still had about 115,000 subs. So that's still a whole freaking lot of subs.
That's
That's still an incredible amount of people.
It really, really is. So I know. I don't want to take that for granted.
At the end of the day, you know, as long as we can get back to the grind without having to worry about that. Man, just want this off my head.
I just, thank you for being so patient with us and so dedicated.
Thank you for talking to us on Twitter and everything, and coming to our Twitch. We were talking about it. Come to our stream.
I do have to tell you, we have really been feeling the love so hard from you guys on social media, on Twitch and everything. You guys retweeting us and tagging Team YouTube and everything. It has totally blown my mind.
I think that makes such a difference for us.
It's such a comfort. It really
means
is
a lot.
And we were like, when all this happened, we were like, but they know us. They know we wouldn't do this. They know, you know, hopefully we've built enough of a rapport with everybody to know that, you know, we wouldn't do something so like, you know, crazy like that. So just like feel like we're an Elon channel now. Now we're all about Tesla. But I mean, really, thank you. And I hope that this isn't too bad. I guess if this video is up, it's a good sign. If
this video is up, that means things went all right. And
Stay
if there's
safe.
if there's more context we need to add at that time, we will add that context.
Yes.
So
we'll
certainly hope we'll be speaking to you soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
thank you for listening.
Thanks.
And we'll see you on the channel with our regularly scheduled content.
Yes.
A little bit behind, but
behind.
we're all recorded and ready to go. But it'll
yeah.
be up as soon as we get everything back together.
Yeah. We'll get it going. We're back.
All right.
Hope.